Lori here with Hardworking Mom. Today I want to show you how to use Creative Studio that is on Sawgrass's website. Comes with the Sawgrass machine. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to start going right into it. So this is the Sawgrass website, and this is what you would use if you were going to use the program that comes with Sawgrass. So the program that comes with Sawgrass is called Creative Studio, and it has been out several months, replaced a legacy version. But I wanted to walk you through kind of how it works so that you can kind of see whether you want to use their software or someone else's software. So you just click into Creative Studio. You do have to sign in. So when you first purchase your machine and set it up, it's automatically going to have you set up an account. And what you do is once you come to this screen, there are going to be a lot of things on here, but all you really need to do is click on Start Creating. So within Start Creating, this is the actual program. Now, mine automatically comes up to an 8-inch square. So when it comes up, you want to really pay attention to what automatically pops up when you come in, because you don't want to just start designing and not have the right size. So over here on the left is all the different templates that they have. So these are pre-designed templates that will be used for creating whatever project you're doing. So one of the things that I design on a lot are 7x9 signs. So you can actually search blanks. So I'll usually do start with the 7, and see right there is 7x9. All right, so they have 7x9. This is in the landscape. And so what you can do is right up here in the corner, there's a little heart, and you can click on that heart. And what that does is that tells the system, okay, this is a favorite, and I'm going to come back to it again and again. So mostly what I do is I will start out searching, and I'll find the ones that I'm going to use the most, and I put them in my favorites. So you see here, I have several already in my favorites. One that they have is a 7x9 portrait, but it also has a landscape on it. So you can use either one. I use the 12, the 8-inch a lot. But we'll just start out with this 7x9 in landscape. So the next thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to work on a design. So there are several options within Sawgrass of what you can do. You can use what they have. Now they have a free version. They also have a premium version. They have backgrounds already set inside here. And then elements is going to be where you would get the little things you would want to design with. So we'll just start with what they have. We'll go to backgrounds. I'm going to go to basics. I like to use things with dots a lot. And so we'll just start off with a pink and white dot pattern. And here's how things work in Sawgrass. So you have to drag with these little pieces that are in the corner. So you can see this is actually 2 separate pieces. So you would want to make sure that you had the whole thing selected as you were starting to move this around. One of the things that can make it kind of difficult is that it only has a scaling option. So there is a way around that, and it's going to be over here on the right. So you see over here on the right, there's a little button that says Lock Aspect Ratio. So you want to unclick that. And what that does is that allows you to move it actually more scaled to the way you want to, and not only scale back and forth. So you can kind of move it. Whoops, let's unlock it. So you can move it. So you see how you can move it to the sides. So you can see when you have that aspect ratio off, you can actually move it so that it fits only inside the parameters that you want and not actually having to scale the whole piece out. So this isn't that important when you're doing backgrounds. However, when you're working with individual pieces, it can really make it look stretched out and just not great. So once I'm done putting it where I want it, I will usually, I'm going to put it where I want. I'm going to click outside and I'm going to relock that aspect ratio. So then I don't accidentally start moving things all around. So I'll do the same thing with the polka dots. So you see, if all I had was to make it scale it out, then it would make all of the polka dots way too large. So it's important that you learn how to unlock this aspect ratio and work with that. It does take a little bit of practice, but you can do it. It does make a big difference. Otherwise, things will look a little stretched out, and that's really not what you want. You just have to play around with it a little bit. And then once you get it where you want it, you can relock the aspect ratio. So one of the ways that designing works is you work in what's called layers. So if you think about it like paper, if you were constructing something with construction paper, you're going to cut different pieces of construction paper and lay them on top of each other. So it's the same concept with designing. So now we have our background. We're going to go over to elements and let's see if we can find something fun to put inside of our background here. So let's see what kind of different elements they have. They have all different kinds. They also have shapes. Well, let's put a unicorn in here. Okay, so you can either click on it to bring it in or you can drag it over. You can always tell what you have in here by clicking on the objects here. So you can see we have, this is one object, this is one object, this is one object. So what we're designing isn't really that important. It's really just to show you how the program works. If you want to get rid of something, you can click on it and click trash. You could also just bring it back in. So let's scale this down a little. Let's put it over here. You can keep bringing in different elements. Let's see. So all you have to do is click on them to bring them in. You can scale them down just like we did before. You can also come back over here and unlock the aspect ratio. So let's say we have everything we want in our sign, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over to text and we're going to start working on putting some words in here. Now, one thing about Creative Studio is they already have a lot of fonts in here, but if you have your own fonts and you want to upload your own, then you can do that pretty easily. So all you do to add text is to click on the text, and then right here there's a little text box, and you just start typing in there and you will see it comes out right on your project. There's a lot of things you can do with the text. You can make it larger, smaller, okay, like this. You can make it bold. You can make it italicized. You can change the size here. Okay. You can make it left, center, and right. There are also other things that you can do down here as far as you can arc. See, you can arc your text here. You can change the thickness here, and you can rotate it here. So there's a lot of things that you can do in here that they have made it pretty easy to do. You can also add an outline color just by clicking in here. Okay, Okay, you can change the fill color here. So you can see, you can also see it as you're moving it around. So you can see what color it is actually populating. So it's really quite easy to add text and to kind of move things around and play with it. Some of the other things that you can play with in here, if you have an object, let's say that you have an object and you really want to have quite a few of them. Instead of having to go back and keep clicking to add, you can actually duplicate, and it will duplicate the same thing. You can align it left, right, and center, top and bottom. You can also flip it. So this is one of the things I think really helps a lot. So let's look at it with our unicorn here, because this is probably going to make it a little bit easier to see. So you can flip it so that it's orienting in a different manner. You can flip it up and down. But I think this is very helpful because sometimes you may want an object. So let's say we have these two owls here, and you want one to be facing the other. So in order to do that, all you have to do is click on that little flip button, and then you have flipped it without actually having to move or change anything yourself. You can also crop items. So if you wanted to only have the head, you could crop. And now all you have is the head here. Okay, remember you can always come up here and delete it. You can also click on something and click tile, and it will actually put the entire thing in the background. Now you see how we have all of these owls here. You see it went ahead and duplicated them and added them in a tile fashion onto your screen. However, what happens is we can't see our little unicorn. So let's go and find our unicorn, and I can do that by clicking on these different items until I find the one that is my unicorn. There we go. And then I want to bring it forward. So I just keep clicking this until it's in the front, and now our unicorn is in the front. You can see how you can move things around, and moving this front and back is how you're dealing with the layers. Okay, so let's start off completely new. So we'll just start new. Okay, so we'll go back to landscape, and this time I want to show you how to bring a design in that you have purchased or made yourself. So one thing you can do is you can set up folders in your gallery. This is kind of like a picture gallery, and you set up your folders for whatever you want it to say, and then you can upload your own images by clicking on upload image here. You can upload directly from Pixabay. You can also upload just from your computer. So I will sometimes go out and find a design that I really like, and then I would just import it in and just start to design around it. So let's see if we can find something here. Here we go. So let's bring in one of these little leprechauns, and here is an important factor. So you can see here I have two different types of image types. This is a JPEG, this is a PNG. The difference is this is going to have a white background, this is not. So let's upload both of these and I will show you what that means. So you just click them, you click save, and there they are. So this is the JPEG. Let's pick a background. Okay. There's our background. Okay, so you can see with this JPEG, it has that white border all the way around it. So you can't see our background. So that's really not going to help us. So let's get rid of that one. Now let's look at the one that doesn't have a background. So that's a PNG. So you can see the difference. Okay. But if for some reason you only had the option of adding in a JPEG, you can come over here to this clear white button, and you're just going to click on the area that's white and you're going to hit save. So they do have a way that you can get the white background out. It only works if there's a white background, but you can see you can do the same thing. So we've gone through how to just kind of pick things from their system, how to pull in your own, and now let's go through how to save it and how to print it. So let's just kind of cheat and make this bigger because I just want to be able to show you that. All right, there we go. All right. So once you have your design set and you really have everything that you want done on there, the next thing you really need to do is save it. So you just have to click on the save button. And one thing that you have to do in their system is you have to add a price in it. It's because of another part of their system they have. So it's not going to allow you to work unless you put a retail price in there. You can put whatever design name you want. So let's just put test. Okay. Then you want to either create a folder or put it in one of your folders. Okay. It's very easy just by clicking create folder here. I click save. So you want to do that first so that you can always come back and find it later. Then I can just hit print. As long as you have your machine already set up, all you're going to have to do is come in here, pick your page size. So you can see these are all the different page sizes that they have. It's automatically going to select mirror. You want to make sure you select your product that you're using and the type of paper that you're using. So I like text print R. And then you always want it to be on high quality and photographic. And then I'm just going to hit print. This is actually launching the print manager. So this is the print manager that's going to come up after you have selected, and you'll be able to see right here what it's going to look like. Jobs is where you can change the number of copies. If you're getting any errors about the paper size, you can change those in your layout. And other than that, all you have to do is click the print button and wait for your printer to go ahead and print it. So the other thing I want to show you is how you can get to a design that you have done in the past. So we'll go next to creations. And so these are the little folders that we looked at earlier. I placed this one in blanks. So if I were to click on one of my others that I've have done in the past, you can see it's right here. You can also get to your creations right here. So you can actually click on creations right from the home screen, and you can click on them in the home screen to actually bring them up, and you can see here's the design that we made earlier. So I hope you enjoyed this video and it helps you a little bit. We'll be doing some more videos on sublimation. Just kind of wanted to go through the Creative Studio for the Sawgrass because it is a really great program to start out. There's a lot of other options. You can use Silhouette Studio, you can use Corel Draw, you can use Adobe Illustrator, you can also use Canva, you can use Inkscape and GIMP. So those are just some of the main programs that are used with designing. And if you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments below, and I will bring out some more information on sublimation soon. So I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, y'all. Make sure you subscribe. Bye-bye.